impressed you kind of the most about Zach's play this year?
I think the step up that he's taken. We like what we saw from him last year, but coming in this year, he wasn't going to be playing next to Ed no more. It's going to be a lot more about what he could bring to that second group, and he's taking it up a level defensively. Offensively, he's knocking down shots, finishing in the paint, getting us extra possession. So it's been impressive to see his growth. Usually that first to second year is hard because you're not getting credit for just being a rookie no more. It's like now you considered you in the group with the rest of the guys, and I think he's done well.
It seems like he's almost matured a little bit, like overall.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty mature last year, but I think it's something to be said about having experience. And he played a lot of minutes on a good team. Got some playoff experience. Had some good times and bad times, and I think when you get that opportunity, usually you come along a little faster.
Did you watch the film last night as a team?
Yeah, we watched it. It was pretty quick. We just talked about a lot of the things that we did well. That if we can continue that, things will continue to go in our favor.
With Zach, are there specific things you've seen this game mature both on offense and defense?
I think offensively, he's gotten better. Just understanding where his offense is going to come from, and being prepared to take advantage of those situations. A lot of times, he gets a switch, and the guard gets on him. Last year, he was off balance and kind of taking the shots that they might have wanted him to take, and just bailing them out. And this year, I think as soon as he gets the switch, he's getting good position, doing his work early. Getting the ball underneath the basket, getting layups, drawing contact, getting to the free throw line more than he did. And I think also defensively, last year he was good just because he had, natural good instincts, good timing. And this year it's more cerebral. He's positioning himself in the right spots, coming from the weak side, talking pick and roll coverages out. Everything is just a level up from what it was last year.
See, it seems like there's more diversity in scoring this season for you guys. Have you felt that all? And as someone who, and if so, as someone who's always been responsible for a large chunk, and can you feel like a lessening of that responsibility for you, or is it still like always there? Or?
No, I think I definitely feel like a lessening of that responsibility. Obviously, I know I'm gonna have to score points, and it's gonna be nights where our team doesn't have it going, where I probably got to assert myself more than others. But I think this year, over 11 games now, we've had a pretty good balance. Where even if I do have a big night or CJ has a big night, across the board, you're getting production from everybody, in the scoring category. And I think it's been a huge part of why our team has been better. We haven't been playing from behind all the time and having big stretches where we don't score points. We haven't had that because of what we're getting from everybody. So it's been a good thing.
You mentioned that you haven't had that as much, but I'm guessing have there been some times this season where you've been on the bench and been like, boy, I feel like I should be back out there at this point, like particularly when it's like all bench, or have you like?
No, I mean our bench has been great this year. I've been really comfortable with them. More and more each game because of what they've shown. They go out there and they build the lead, they hold leads down. The only time that I wanted to come back in the game earlier than usual was the Laker game, and that was the one stretch where, they just put a run on us, which happens. It's a game of runs, and they had a run while we were at the game, and it was the end of the game. So, we wanted to come back in earlier in that game. But other than that, it was, I think it's been every game where we've been sitting over there comfortable.
You said the other night that the defense, you feel like it's been solid but spotty at times. You feel like you guys have kind of taken a step forward in that the last game or two? I
think the last two games we've been better. Obviously, it's at the beginning of the season, it's always a little bit rough. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to, figure out where you're going to be. And, I think first few games, we were scoring a lot of points. So, the defense was a little bit here, coming and going. And then you got the pace of the game changing. So it's like things that we had to adjust to. But I think now we're starting to settle in, and our defense is getting to where it needs to be.
What do you think of the Clippers so far this season?
I've only seen them play a few times, but, they got a lot of guys. Tobias Harris. I know they've had Avery Bradley's been out a few games, but, he's played well for them. Pat Beverly, Boban, Montrezl Harrell. Lou Williams. I mean, they got a lot of guys coming in and giving them something. You know, I know they defend pretty well. You know, they compete every game. It seems like they're in every game. So we know we're gonna have another tough one. You know, we gotta be ready to take care of it.
Where were you at with Mayor yesterday?
The Nines Hotel, departure, eating at the top.
So you were just there eating and you just happened to be there?
Just eating next to me. And they were celebrating, so.
Did you have to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, can I get a photo like everyone else does? Or?
They did, actually. Some of the people sitting with them was like, hey, you know, we got the mayor over there. And I kind of looked and I was like, okay. We had met before, though. You know, I think he thought he didn't think that I would remember him. So he was like, nice to meet you. I was like, we met before.